Hello gamers! Welcome to another my video. And in this video will be all about tips and tricks for a successful play of game called ASTROKINGS. So as I promised that I will make just special video about this great game with just tips and tricks. So here it is, and expect many more videos about this great game until I describe every part of the game with all tips and tricks for a successful play of this really good made game. So even I want to tell you before we start with tips and tricks, I want to tell you that even review of this great game, so my first video of this game have totally different tips and tricks than that I didn't mention in this video and in future videos, so to I not repeat myself. Okay, so I've written on paper for this video tips and tricks, and we will see how long this video will be, if I'm going to tell you a lot tips and tricks or smaller amount of tips or tricks. So we will see how long video will be, but don't worry, I will make more videos for your successful play of this game. I've been playing this game for over 2 months, but to be honest, in last weeks, in past weeks and almost whole month, I just don't have time to play these games. So you can see, so don't get confused about my research are not so big and my upgrade of buildings are not so high. Even I played this game over 2 months, it is because I just don't have time. But I want to tell you that I learned in these 2 months or more playing this game, I learned about everything, I discovering and asking stronger players from my clan to tell me tips and tricks, and they explained me many tips and tricks. So expect many more videos with this great game. So they are very high level and stronger and been playing for this game over 1 year, some of them, and they explained me all tips and tricks. Okay, so I'm not making too much big this video, let's get started with tips and tricks. So mostly this video will be for, most tips and tricks will be for beginners if you start playing this game recently, and I will try to tell you some advanced tips and tricks. So in this video I will tell you about what is best to research, then what is best to build ships, and so on. Okay, it's philosophy or so to say of building ships. Okay, so let's get started from first the most important thing that you must do when you start, especially when you start playing this game. So you have missions. For example, here we are missions, and each missions, when you finish, give you resources, as you can see. So I can collect these resources, and this is very important why I'm here. So try to finish all these missions as much as you can, and do not, this is important, do not take those resources from finishing missions. For example, do not take resources, just save them when you really need resources to upgrade very high level of buildings, and do not use to get resources from this to, for example, for research, because research is not so costly and you can always send your ships to harvest enough resources to do researches. So save all these resources for later in game when you really need, and there is very big amount needed to upgrade buildings. So for example, let me show you what I mean, because I'm talking about, for example, to upgrade this building is enormously amount of resources needed, and to harvest resources you will need over about 2 days to just start this research. So that is come in handy to all these finished missions, to just take resources and start upgrade. But I strongly advise you to firstly harvest resources from your ships on map, I mean of this. So just harvest some resources. Come on, let's find some. For example, just harvest resources. And when you need some little more resources, then you can use those resources from finished missions. So for example, I'm talking about this, and for example, because it is needed a lot resources and a lot time to harvest, so it will take you a lot time, and in meantime, while you harvest resources, someone can attack you. So that is very handy to use those finished missions resources. So save them, and when you start playing game, do not use those resources in finished missions on anything. Just use for higher level buildings, for example, like this, for example, or for example, you can harvest this amount, you can harvest in 1 day, so you don't have to use resources for this. So for example, I want command center level 12, and I need space dog 11. Okay, let's upgrade. You can just click by here, space dog. Let's upgrade, and here we are. I still need resources, but not so many. Okay, I need to calculate. I need just little resources. Okay, so I will using missions. So for example, this should be enough amount, and maybe this one, and let's see if I have enough. Yes, I have enough, and that is it. That is it, how it is really interestingly done, using those missions for later when you get stronger and need a lot more resources for upgrades. So save those missions resources for levels of upgrades that you really need. Do not use those resources, for example, to build troops. You can always harvest resources, and building troops, it doesn't cost too much. Okay, then we're going to the next tip. I hope so you understood me. Then there is also, for example, when you're using this yellow, for example, this yellow will give you resources also, and so on. As you can see, I was attacked a lot because it was PvP on and I didn't put shield. So I need to build again ships. Okay, so let's get started for research. First, if you start playing this game, the most important in research is to do planetary development. And in planet development, the most important is to research, of course, construction speed, all this research speed, gold production, and metal harvest, and construction cost and research cost. And that is what is most important to research. And always try to research that to highest level. After you finish with all these research, you don't need this research because it is ridiculously stupid. It doesn't give you anything, and it will just take you resources and time to research, so don't need really to research. Okay, thorium harvest speed is also very good to research, but rest is literally useless. Later it will be more important research here. Then most important things to research is you put next is in fleet management. And in fleet management, most important after you research in planetary development is fleet size. So you must research fleet size to you have more ships to send to harvest resources. Then, for example, this is stupid speed, it is not so important. But then it is most important to your research production capacity, because it will increase how much ships you can build at one time, and you will need to build a lot ships to defend successfully from attackers. So also research all these things. And later, if you want, you can speed up, but I don't advise you because there are more important researches. And most important research is repair storage, because increases damaged ships in your storage. So also that let's research. And everything else is not so important here. For example, you can research production, and yes, the most important is fleet load, because I think it will increase how much resources you can harvest in one send of ships to resources spot. Okay, then going third most important when you start playing game to research is information, and you must focus on which formation you will use. So for example, there are ships that is only for missile damage, they're railgun, beam guns, cannon guns. So you must decide which you want to use in your defense strategy. I will now show you. And then to research just those things, those formation. So for example, we'll get back to that thing just to show you. So when you click here and click organize fleet, or sorry, defense settings, click here, and there is some very interesting. So if you like me, you can see how much you will get bonuses if you choose formation. So for example, I advise you to, as soon as you can, research something about this. So for example, when you start playing this game, playing formation is set for straight line formation, and it is ridiculously just 3% attack power, which is ridiculously low amount. So just focus on, for example, beam focus or missile focus or railgun focus, or for example, here we are, attack formation, for example. And here we are, fleet attack formation power. You can attack focus formation like this, or you can choose to focus, for example, an even better that I use, for example, beam focus formation. So to get 50% attack power. And then you just build those ships that is beam set. Beam, just so I see. For example, I selected beam attack power, and then you just build, we're going to the next tips and tricks, then you just build those ships that are have firepower that is beam. For example, let's see what these ships have attack power. Okay, let's go to the info, and you will see weapon type railgun. So these ships will not get bonus for that formation. So for example, I need beam, and beam is here. Let's click here, and it is weapon type. Here we are, weapon type is beam. So all these ships that have weapon type beam will get 50% attack power. And then just concentrate to build just those ships, and you will be amazingly good defending your base. So for example, here we are, these ships is using, for example, missile. So if you want to build a lot just cruisers, then just select defense, just select, here we are, select. Okay, I didn't research that amount, I get a real gun. Okay, I just list. Then you can select missile focus formation if you want to build cruisers, because I hope so you understood me. And so, for example, now let's get to the ships. What is tips and tricks about ships? So tips and tricks about ships, especially when you start playing this game or get attacked, is that thing that each ship is good against other ships. For example, frigate is good against battleships, and so on. Destroyer is good against other ships. And you can see that info. So for example, you can see at this side info, particularly good against battleships. So this is very important tips and tricks for you. So for example, always when you start playing this game, put to be built all kind of ships, literally all kind of ships. And later when you reach for example, when you reach your limit, then just focus on one kind of ships that you will going to use as formation. So for example, I want to use formation for just destroyers because they have beam attack formation. So I'm talking about this beam attack power 50%. So then when you get to the close to the limit how many ships you can have, then just build only that kind of ships, and you will very successfully defend your planet, and you will hurt attacker very big. So, and he will not come back again to attack you. So that is little trick for you. Always build when you have, for example, I have a lot space for my ships, so I will build a lot all kind of ships. But when for example, when I come to this about limit, from about this, then I will just build destroyers because we have set formation for weapon, as you can read here, weapon beam, and so to get most, because I will have a lot of these kind ships, and so I will successfully defend because it will give me 50% attack power for this kind of ships. I selected that formation. Also, when you level up your building, always upgrade previous tier of your ships. So for example, this is for my previous tier ships, tier kind of ships. So they are weaker. The higher level tier, they are stronger. As you can read, for example, this is attack power, and for example, this is from my tier 3 ships. Then just upgrade them all to the tier 4. So let's select ship. Here we are. Come on. It's hard for me to select because I played on. Come on, and here we are. Okay, I don't have resources. I will later. Okay, I don't have resources, but you get the point. You get the point. Always upgrade ships to higher tier to be more successful in attacking other players and defending your station. And always build your highest level tiers. So for example, my tier is level 4, and always build those kind of ships. Even if you don't have resources, just harvest resources and build tier 4 because it is really stronger. So never when you unlock higher level tiers that are more power ships, then do not build, for example, tier 1 or tier 2 because you can build, of course, stronger ships. Okay, I hope so. I was fast and I'm introducing you these tips and tricks. Good. Then something interesting. Okay, verifications. Okay, let's do forget. Come on. Slide. Sorry, I have to do this. Okay. So next thing is always, as you probably seen, but I have to mention again in my review of this game where I put tips and tricks about buildings, always put in each of your building, appoint some heroes. So in each of your building to be any hero. I explained what is hero is best for each building, so just watch my review of this great game to understand. But let me show you again. So for example, by clicking here, appoint appoint you want to appoint some hero, you will see, for example, you will see sign, here you are, as you can see my pointer, it will show you maximum metal production is rate 5. So for example, if you see like this, for example, let's here like this, so as you can see like this, it is not gray icon, then you can appoint that minister and to get bonuses. For example, this hero have all abilities gray, so if you appoint this hero to that building, you will not get any bonuses for that building. So that is little trick for you, how to understand what hero to put in which building. Just look for abilities that is not gray. So for example, let's see here, gray, here we are, gray fleet size plus 2%, so I can put him, but I have here fleet resistance, okay, attack power. Okay, so always put that kind of heroes to assign to each building, so to get these yellow messages, and from these yellow messages you can get a lot nice things. As you can see, I collecting these yellow messages. Okay, what I wanted more next to tell you, just a look on my paper. Just a second. I hope so. I was fast to introducing you all these tips and tricks very fast. Just a look on my paper. Research is done here. Okay, so we're going to the next thing, what is best to upgrade what buildings. So upgrading buildings, you must focus on very small amount. When you start playing this game, every building you upgrade that is until it is free. So every that is free upgrade it. So for example, resources storage, if you upgrade, it will give you, for example, it will give you protection when someone attack you to do not take all resources. So it is very useful to upgrade these also buildings. And to highest level. Of course, it is most important to upgrade gold mine, because you cannot harvest gold, so always upgrade as much as you can residence buildings to get gold, because metal you can harvest, and thorium and thonium and thorium plant you don't real to upgrade at all, because it doesn't give you anything really interesting. For example, this is the amount you will get when you refine resources, so you invest this amount, and after it is finished, after a long time, you will get this amount, which is ridiculously. So don't upgrade thorium building at all, just focus to upgrade to as much as you can repair facility, because it is stored in repair facilities, stored your ships that are damaged, and if it is not higher level, then you cannot, and you have more ships then it can be stored in repair facility, then your ships will be destroyed. So upgrade repair facility as fast as you can, then upgrade, as I said, gold mine or residence buildings. As you can see, I have a point I will just collect. Then upgrade resources also, and also upgrade research facility. So for example, research facility to unlock other researches. So yes, while we are here, I forgot to tell you about research. So next, most important, after you've wanted which formation to use. So for example, I want to use beam formation, and I just upgrade. Okay, I wanted to use a railgun formation for now. So just focus to upgrade railgun formations, but anyway, researches is not so very hard to research. You can research every part of this and to just change what kind of formation you want and then to build just those kind of ships. Okay, so next most important after you finished all that I said is most important is ship research. And in ship research you must finish all research that is available for you, because each finished research will give you a lot boosts, a lot attack power, a lot evasion accuracy for your ships, so you will be more successful in attacking other players and defending your base. So always your priority must be, as you can see, 20% at higher level. Your priority must be to finish all kind of research here. As you can see, all kind. After you, for example, after you research planetary development that I said before, after research planetary development that I said before, fleet management, formation, then focus everything to build to research in ship research. Okay, I hope so I described you that part very good. Then what is most important building next to upgrade? Next to upgrade, okay, next to upgrade is very good to upgrade flagship, because higher level flagship factory will unlock a better kind of flagships. I like to use, in defending my base, I like to use this kind of ship, because it is, like it is said, it is guardian type, and you can see each flagship special statistics. For example, now let me show you what I mean. Here we are. What you gonna get if you appoint as defend your station. Okay, I talked too much fast, and I think I'm finished with this video. Then what is most important, don't forget always to open artifact. Every day you can open one artifact. Don't forget, as you can see, cooldown. I always forget to open it. Don't forget to open it. Then, for example, always try to use daily tasks to finish daily tasks, because rewards is very useful, especially when you finish bonus missions. You will get these nice things that I will explain in other videos. Then what is most important, of course, build fleet factory, so to build stronger ships. By upgrading fleet factory building, you will get stronger ships, stronger tier ships, and you can produce more ships per minute. Then something interesting while we are here, so do not level your command center to higher level. Level until you level up all your kind of buildings, then you can focus on your command center. So for example, if you level up all these kind buildings that I said that is important, like this research and so on, then you can level up your command center. Because there is some trick, if some player attack you that is a lot stronger than you will get a lot of resources as compensation, because he's a lot higher level than you, and so destroy your ships, so you will get a lot of resources. But if you level up fast your command center, you'll be very close level to someone who attacked you, and so you will don't get those, for example, you will don't get those resources. For example, here, no, I don't. Here we are. You will don't get these resources, for example, because I attacked higher than it is. I am okay. Message. Okay. So that is it for this video. Already to make this video bigger, I wanted to tell you a lot more. Sorry if I was very fast, because I wanted to tell you as much as I can tips and tricks. I need to tell you tips and tricks also, what is to do in federation research in your clan, what is to do in your clan. Then I to explain you how to donate resources and what is important in clan to donate resources and what will give you, and so on. A lot more tips. Then I have to explain you about flagships, then warp gate, what is used, then radar, and so on. Many more things I need to explain you. Okay, thank you again for listening, and sorry if I was very fast. If you didn't understood me something, just ask as comments on this video and I'll try to help you. If you have any questions about game, just ask in comments and I'll try to help you. And also expect many more videos about this really good game that they implement, that is very good from other space games. They implement everything in this game, and graphics is amazing, and battles is amazing when you watch battles, and so on. So always build your troops, try to be as much as you can active to build, to reach maximum capacity, how many troops you first ships you can have, so to be successfully defending your and to no one anymore attack you. And that would be it. I hope so you understood me in this video, and see you next videos with more tips and tricks. Okay, check my other video, check my other video of this great game review that is totally different tips and tricks for you. And also, if you want, you can check on my channel other review of games that I find out that is very good to play but not so well known. So that would be it. Check my channel, wait for my new videos of this great game, and see you in those videos. Bye!